Strap on those pads.
Go in and get the sack.
Put your hand in the dirt.
No, my hand's in there. Hold on.
And stuff that cup.
And I feel pressure on my balls.
It's College Football Friday. Football Friday. One committed to play for the Joker.
The amount of soft man that we saw drove me nuts.
The other was a star at Campbell's Dump.
I'm not trying to be an ass here. I'm just speaking exactly what's going on.
And Double J played in the NFL.
I wouldn't touch that game.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch that game with a 10-foot pole or yours.
These big boys are here to learn you some pigskin.
I'm a really smart fan. You're a really stupid fan because you can't look at your team and say, wow, this isn't good.
It's College Football Friday on ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now, here's your hosts, James Streble, Justin Jeffries, and Max Godby.
All right, welcome to the show. It's the Roundtable presents the college football preview show live on ESPN Louisville Plus YouTube. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and join us every Friday. We're streaming on Facebook as well. We're getting Twitter set up. Our man behind the scenes, the mad professor himself, Justin Sofro, getting things set up. But while we're doing that, we want to welcome my guests in here today. Our co-host, there's Justin. There's his lovely face. Trying to come out. Speaking of Max, that's Max Godby joining me. You can catch him Mondays and Fridays on the Roundtable, ESPN 680, 1057. Justin Jeffries joining us, looking great in these blue shorts, his Nike hat. Yeah, his UK polo. I got a brand new UK cap on that I got from Lids. I don't know why I'm plugging Lids. They don't do anything for us. But that's where I got the hat.
They might see this.
They might see this. Yeah, CEO of Lids, hit me up at Streble82 on Twitter. Well, guys, we have a good slate, a much better slate of college football games than we had last weekend. Louisville has a biggie. We'll spend a lot of time on that. But first, just want to welcome you guys on the show before we get into football. Max, I'll start with you. Welcome in. We just did 3 hours of radio. How are you feeling? Are the vocal cords still fresh and limber and ready to go?
As always, they are. But I did notice that it took Shane Beamer and Kirby Smart to just beat the sunglasses off of us.
Yes.
I didn't even think of it. I brought mine.
You brought it, but you didn't
but
bring it on.
But I looked around. I read the room, and I didn't even ask. Put them some bitches down quick.
I forgot them in my van, to be honest with you. I was like, I've got the hat, I've got the Hawaiian shirt, I've got the vibes going on right now. Justin, hello, welcome back. How are you today, sir?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Sorry I missed last week, but you had a fantastic couple fill-ins, and
thank you.
I heard it was a good show, but I had to slide right back in. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, ready for it. We got our ice cold pops ready to go. Max has his coffee, and we're ready to start talking some college football. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Kentucky comes off that 1-point loss to Georgia, which was a game that none of us expected to happen. We all three, Justin, I know what your thoughts were, even though you didn't say them on air. I
already know.
We already know.
Yeah.
We thought that Georgia's going to go in there and hammer them, 45-10 or something like that. That was not the case. Kentucky loses 13-12 by 1 point, and Mark Stoops has had a rough week where he's had to defend himself with the punting on 4th and 8 with 2 minutes left, giving the ball in, the game right back to Georgia. But they're back in action on Saturday, back in Maction, is what I should say.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
I mean, that's a professional.
Yeah, well,
that's a mother bleeping professional.
I don't know if I'd call
there.
myself a professional, but I'm good with the puns, Justin. I'm good with the puns. But the Bobcats coming to town. Kentucky 20-point favorites. We won't spend a ton of time on this game. Any thoughts from you, Max? Like, what are you expecting out of this Kentucky team as the Bobcats coming off a couple wins? They did beat South Alabama, who beat App State last night at App State. So this is a game where Kentucky you expect to roll, but we know what Mark Stoops' teams do sometimes against these MAC schools.
Exactly, and you've got to be able to come out with the same energy as you did against Southern Miss and what you did against Georgia. This is what this team needs to be proving right now, is their ability to stay consistent. It's like what we said on air. right now with this team, if you were to tell me that they would go 3-9, I would believe you 100%. You told me they go 9-3, I'd believe you 100%. This is a team that we don't know anything about this team. We've now played an SEC rival. We've played the number one team in the country at the time in Georgia, and then you played a mid-major, and we have no answers at all. So I think this is a game, especially playing against a team like Ohio. And I went back while the mixtape was going on and had to remind myself, oh, wait, I have played against Ohio. I have played against this team before. And I went back and I was like, oh, yeah, that was the first time I got legit got my bell rung by a mid-major. And it was against Ohio. Ohio had a great linebacker that was physical as all get out. And that's the term that describes all of these like MAC schools. Physicality. These are guys that were a half a step or a step too slow to play in the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, or Big 12. So at this point now, this is their Super Bowl. It wasn't an issue of strength for them. It wasn't an issue of football IQ. It was just a step off of the ball, too slow. But a lot of those guys are able to compensate for that based off of discipline and football IQ. So this is going to be a game that Kentucky not only has to come out and be extremely sharp, but they have to have that edge about them because Ohio's going to be coming with that edge.
Justin, I was talking to Max earlier on the show today on the Roundtable, ESPN 680 1057, 3 to 6. And one of the things that I had said earlier this week, and I think Max and I were on the same page, is, you know what? I'm tired of wishing and hoping and praying that Kentucky ever figures out the vertical pass game. Like they've tried multiple quarterbacks. They've tried multiple offensive coordinators. It never works. Last week against Georgia, they were able to run the football effectively, especially between the tackles with that offensive line. It's the one thing I think they do very well. And Demi Sumo Krongbe, he's been great for Kentucky in a fill-in role as Chip Trainum continues to return from that broken hand. But I feel like this is a game where Kentucky just needs to go out there and establish their identity, run the damn football, and leave no question about it. You know, I'm not saying abandon the pass game fully, Justin, right, but I feel like this is what Stoops is. This is what he'll always be. Quit trying to throw the football. Quit getting our hopes up. Run the football. Establish the run game from here for the rest of the season.
I can agree with that. But the caveat to that would be, we've always wanted Stoops to evolve, right? I mean, we've bitched and complained for how many years? All we do is run the damn ball. All we do is run the damn ball. What did we do last week? We bitched because we threw the ball.
Right.
So
full circle.
So it is full circle. I mean, obviously you gotta run with the horses that brought you there, which was the run game last week. And I mean, if that's working at that time, yes, I need you to lean on that. But I don't need us to be one-dimensional. We're not a good enough offense to be one-dimensional. We have to be able to incorporate, with good run game comes play action. With play action opens up the run game. With run game opens up downfield. But I have zero confidence in our offensive line being able to pass block a 5-step drop. I mean, Max, I know you don't at all. And even against Ohio, I mean, I would love to see it just to kind of see where we're at. But with what I'm kind of worried about with this game is, and I've talked about it before, these going from a high caliber SEC opponent, which we didn't think was at the time, but being South Carolina, and getting drummed, but being on that stage, we were the 3:30 kick. We were,
ABC.
We got Sean McDonough twice in a week, and I love Sean McDonough.
Yeah, he's great. He's fantastic.
And then you come back and you have the 7:30 kick, with Georgia, and both of those games were high energy games. And then now as a player, I've been in this position. You get to the point where we played South Carolina, place was jumping crazy. We were at that 7th. We had that 7:30 game, against Georgia. Place was crazy, jumping, and then now you're going to have this 12:45 kick, and it's going to be a sleepy kick. And I hated noon kicks. because we had to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Listen, I am not a morning person.
You that beauty sleep. You that sexy beauty sleep.
Listen,
Yeah.
Sometimes, every once in a
Yeah,
while.
I see them arms pop through that.
Just a little bit.
Look at that. Whoa,
Little peck pop of
little
love
peck
over.
pop of love. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
but
That's why the ladies tune into this.
No, they tune in to see this right
Oh,
here.
yeah,
Look
this-
at all that.
look at it.
No, really, I need you to zoom in on that mustache. That's what they
That's what they really like.
Look at
They
that
like that
Look
mustache.
at that
That's
thing
right.
there. That thing's popping.
There's some
Oh, my
pineapples on
gosh.
this shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Are they right side up? No.
No, they're all over the
They're
place.
all over the place.
They're,
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
See,
about. Yes.
That's what you call deliciousness right there. That's deliciousness. But I hope they listen. Really and truly, I hope they come out and they're ready and they're focused. I don't think we've seen the quote unquote Stoops goof yet. I know South Carolina was a beat down, but we know what they can do.
Yeah.
But I hope this isn't one where they come out sleepy and then Ohio comes out and smacks them in the face. And you can't, once the game starts, you can't turn that switch back on. You know, there's been times, you come into games like this, and I'm like, listen, I want to be out by second drive, third quarter. You can't, we're not good enough.
You can't have that mentality.
Defensive wise, I think we are good enough, but offensive wise, they got to come out and they got to pop it off. So we'll see how they come out. I'm hopeful.
Bird Gang L1C4. The show never starts on time. SMH laughy face emoji. Well, we're trying to do the best we can. We had Twitter issues. We're trying to do the best we can. The super chat before that. It's not really a super chat because they don't pay to do this.
Pay for the damn chat.
Pay for the damn chat. Give me $4.
Give us your money.
Give me $4. Damn it. The one before that said guarantee a win against Ohio Streble. Look, I think we're all in agreement here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to talk more about Louisville here in a second. We're going to pick the spread in this game. And it was Jacob Smith that said that. Guarantee a win against Ohio. We all are in agreement that we think Kentucky's going to win this game, right?
Are you going to guarantee a win then?
Yeah, yes, I'm going to guarantee a win.
So
okay?
what happens if UK loses?
Listen,
Justin Jeffries gives me a wedgie. I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm joking.
Yes.
Are you
I'm
sure
joking.
about that?
No,
No,
I don't.
yes.
I don't
Yes.
want that.
Yes.
It's a joke.
Yes.
It's a
That's
joke.
happening.
This is
Yes.
You're going to eat dog shit.
I'm not going to eat dog doo-doo.
You're
no,
gonna eat it.
I'm not eating.
But Jeffrey should definitely give you a wedgie.
All right, I'll do it. Fine.
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Oh
gives
my
me a wedgie.
God.
There.
Oh,
Fine. How about
that is
that?
beautiful.
I've never
All
wanted
right.
UK to lose a game more in my entire life.
It'll be worth it. I mean, we've already pissed away the season.
Yeah, might as well get a wedgie from Justin Jeffries.
Yeah, we'll
Justin-
live stream it.
Yeah, we'll
Do the
live
whole
stream
thing
next
right
Friday.
here.
We'll live stream it. Justin Jeffries gives me a wedgie. But what we're gonna do, we all think they're gonna win, so we're gonna pick the spread. And so, Fro, you can join in the fun as well if you want. So the spread is 20 points right now. 20-point spread. I'll start with Max. Max, do you think the Cats are able to go out there and win by 20+ against the Ohio Bobcats based on what we've seen in 3 very uneven games? I don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think you beat the spread.
Okay.
Simply on how well the defense should play, how well I think Brad White will have the defense ready to go and alert and awake for that game. And I think Bush Hamden can scheme and script a drive to score a touchdown.
Are we sure about that?
Are we sure? It's been a while.
I mean, I think we should be able to script a drive
Since I
to
could
score against
hold
Ohio,
my
right?
head up high.
It's been a while
since
I first saw you.
Oh, yeah.
Where's James Black at?
He's not here today. I wish he was here.
Gosh
man,
dang it.
Man, just a little behind the scenes. I came in here earlier to set all this thing up. And real quick, I'm pissed off, obviously, because yes, we're late as fuck. I understand we're late as fuck. It is not my fault. Every single time I came here at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon to set all this shit up so we be good to roll
It
at
looks
6
great.
o'clock. 6 o'clock, we should be good. And I turn it, and no matter what we have at the station, somebody has to F me over. That's what it is. Somebody has to ruin something else, something to ruin my day. And somehow we decide the Twitter account doesn't need to be premium anymore.
Yeah.
So we can't stream on Twitter. So this is kind of it's not a waste of time. We can come to the YouTube channel. I tweeted out. Y'all retweet it real quick if you could. That'd be a
I'll
big
do that
help.
right now.
So go to the YouTube channel, watch it there. I think it's on Facebook too. For some reason, Twitter's screwing us over. So whatever, it's not on there. besides that, the reason I brought that up,
Do you feel better?
I thought you were
Very
going to
little.
say with the SEC sanctioning Elon Musk, that was the issue.
It was the SEC's fault, not the Southeastern Conference. The
It
real
just means more
The
with
real
the SEC.
SEC uploaded says Blankenbaker is going to be so mad at you guys. Yeah, because we were late. That's why he's
was
already taking
Tanner.
Tanner
Tanner's
to
fault.
task. Yeah. So you say they cover Jeffries.
Sorry, just real quick.
No, go ahead.
The reason I said that was I came in here when James Black was leaving. It didn't seem good. He was not happy. He was
I
not a
know.
happy
Oh,
camper.
He was not a happy
He's not a
camper.
happy
This is
camper.
James Black. If you're watching, we love you.
We love you,
Well,
James.
listen, I mean, he likes
Come,
me.
come back.
he likes all of us.
He tells us that he likes us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he really does.
feel
I
like
know
when-
James
feel
very
like
well.
When he gets a text from me, he's like, "This guy is bitching again."
This son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we love James Black. Hopefully, we'll see you next
I
time.
just wanted what
James Black rules.
You said we needed more color last time I was on here. Isn't that what you said?
Well,
So you don't
Not
want...
that color. You said no. Wait, hold on. He said not that color.
I love all colors. I love white,
Hey, when
black,
you got him
the
this
rainbow,
riled up-
all of it. It's all gravy to me, baby.
When you got him this riled out, he did tell you he was going to put you in a field last time.
Oh,
whoa.
you did.
Well,
I forgot about
okay,
that.
It's because you're an agriculture man.
Oh,
my
I
neighbor
forgot.
Eugene is also. Quick story.
Is Eugene a black man too?
No, he's not. He's very Caucasian. I try. Thank you to Fairson Lawn Care for giving me a brand new lawn and seeding it. I don't know anything about lawn care. That's why I needed you. But my neighbor Eugene is also an agriculture man. And last night I was trying to set up sprinklers in my front lawn. I'm just standing there just getting sprayed by sprinklers. And he came out, he just laughed at me. He's like, what the, I was getting squirted all over. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, Eugene, help me. Like, help me, Eugene. If I had Justin Jeffries, I'd be like, Justin Jeffries, help me. It doesn't matter to me. I'm fine. More color. It's great.
God, that is the best 3.5 minutes I've ever seen him do. He hasn't been that dialed up since Andy's been here.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That was a very Andy Sweeney-esque.
Andy could,
Air
he could
5
turn-
to you, Justin.
he could turn that switch.
Is there such a thing as too much color?
No.
What?
Okay.
I don't see color.
All right, just want to make sure.
I just see people.
So the spread.
So the spread. Justin Jeffries, you taking that 20-point spread, yay or nay?
Man, that's a tough one. I don't think I would touch that one if I was betting because I think that's like right on that edge. I think that's going to come. I think the offense is going to come out slow. Defense is going to keep everything kosher. Thanks, Jack Grossman. And but I think they're going to come. I think they're going to come out a little flat. It's going to be that early game, but I think if they do anything, it'll be a late cover. But I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't be a betting man on this one.
Okay, so Fro, what do you think? Kentucky covers that 20.
Man, I wish I had a lot to offer you right now. I'm so fucking pissed about this. Okay, but I'm back.
You're fine. You're good.
This is one of those games with Kentucky, the old Kentucky. Like you mentioned the game earlier, I always go back to thinking about that Eastern Kentucky game because for years before that, it was always UK played these bum teams very, very close, but they would end up winning them. But then that game happened, and I thought about it at the beginning of the season against Southern Miss. I wondered how much in that second half that we've missed, like what could have happened, because I would know a lot more about Kentucky right now if they would have played that second half.
Right.
That first half they came out and they looked great.
Yeah,
they looked great.
firing
They were
on
up
all
28,
cylinders.
whatever. Was it like 28 something?
31 nothing.
31 nothing.
31 nothing. Thank you. 31 nothing at halftime. I was always wondering though, because I've seen Mark Stoops do this in the past, where that second half there could be a fall off a little bit.
Right.
So I'm like, is that what I'm going to see with Kentucky be, or am I going to see the Kentucky? They obviously offensively they didn't look great, but they played against Georgia and they played against the top team in the nation at the time.
Right.
Played them close. I'm going to say they cover though. I think this is a get right game.
Okay.
So I'm going to say they cover.
We got Ole Miss afterwards,
what's-
correct?
Yeah,
Ole Miss next
next
week?
week. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the game they have to have. So yeah, they're going to cover.
Okay, so they'll go into Ole Miss 2-2. They'll cover. I'm also going to say they cover. I don't know why. I just feel it. How about that? That's my only reason.
That's why you
just
feel
feel it.
Yeah,
So that
I
analysis right there. Why? I don't know. I feel it.
I feel it in my plums. I think they win. I think they cover. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be
Max
a banner
hates
day
us.
for the Cats. It's going to be Mark Stoops. He'll take a victory lap around the field. He'll be giving thumbs up and winking at people in the stands. It's going to be amazing. All right, so we all agree they cover. That means they won't cover. All right, so moving on. Now there's the game of the week for us here. And if you don't mind, Justin, can you pass me one of those ice cold pops?
Ice cold pops.
Yes, I will take one of those. All right, so Louisville, Georgia Tech.
By Miller Lite.
We do need to be sponsored by Miller Lite, by the way. Yes, we do.
And whatever coffee.
And whatever coffee Max is drinking.
It's whatever the
Folgers.
studio has.
8 o'clock.
Folgers.
8 o'clock, I believe, is what it is. Is that the?
No, it looked like an off-brand.
Oh, an off-brand?
Looked like private label.
I like 8 o'clock coffee, by the way.
8 o'clock coffee's good.
It's really, really good. It's cheap and it's delicious.
Personally, I'm a little bit more of an espresso guy myself. But,
You look like
I'm
you're an
just-
espresso
You
guy.
got to keep the brand up,
I actually do have the espresso machine in my office. It's spent way too much money. My wife just found out about it the other day. It's
Uh-oh.
great. She walked in. Oh, this is your office? Yeah. Oh, where did this come? Where this thing? Was this somewhere between $1,000 or whatever over here? I have to be here every day, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I got it.
It was
Don't worry.
a gift. It was a gift.
Don't worry about it, baby.
There is I don't know the name of the brand, and I've been drinking it now for 5 years. It's at Costco. It's an organic brand, whole bean, and it is so delightful.
Okay.
It is just a great, just straight black coffee that is, it's just smooth, but still has, because I really love the bite.
Yeah.
Of just plain black coffee. It's got such a good bite to it also.
Now, do you drink coffee like a man? You don't put anything.
I don't
in
put
it.
Oh,
anything
hell
in
no.
it.
No, you don't
See,
do that bull spit.
No, I got to put some stuff in there. I hate
That
coffee.
bull jive.
Okay, so Louisville, Georgia Tech.
No, this is a game, and 437-9680 UPS Jobs text line. You can text into the show as well. This is a game with Louisville and Georgia Tech where you see two teams that are still trying to find themselves. You get a little idea of what Georgia Tech is. They are 3-1. Their one loss is a road loss to Syracuse, 28-31. They every chance to win that game. It was an offensive battle between them. They beat Florida State. We know what Florida State is now. They're winless. They're terrible. Everybody hates DJU. But for Louisville and Louisville fans, I think they're still trying to figure out what their team is. I'm sorry, Austin Peay and Jacksonville State's not going to tell you who your team is. The Kentucky fans were fooled by Southern Miss. Is this an opportunity for Louisville fans to be fooled by Austin Peay and Jacksonville State? They're both approaching this game as we can make a case to be that upper tier ACC team along with Miami that could vie for an ACC championship, which would be a second in the row for Jeff Brom. Jonathan White says James Black likes Justin. Gee, I wonder why. I don't know what that means. I don't.
You know exactly what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Again, yes,
But anyway, Louisville fans, and Justin, I want you to Ohio by 3, Brian says. Justin, I want you to chime in on this. How do you feel about this? Because I felt some apprehension and cautious optimism from Louisville fans. Even the Louisville sheriff himself, Mark Blankenbaker, started the week off on the Dinner Show, says he is approaching this game with a level of humility. What do you
Since when?
No, I was confused as hell too. I was like, when are you humble? Streble is a bum from Rivals Louisville. Oh, thank you, Rivals Louisville. But anyway, are you all breathing down the Are you breaking down the Bats game next? Yes. Louisville Bats top next. But Justin, do you feel the same way? Because Georgia Tech used to be a joke. It used to be a laughing stock. It was an automatic win. You win by 2-3 touchdowns, and you move on and take care of business. That's not the feeling with Brent Key and what he's bringing to Ellen and Colonel Stadium tomorrow. How do you feel?
You know, I'm kind of with him on that. You don't know what they have. I mean, Tyler Shuck's he's been good. He's been really
real good.
But he's been good against a bunch of Justin Sofros. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's thrown against me and Max, and me and Max aren't covering anybody. I'm sorry, we're not. But I really think this is a barometer game for him. I know that's cliche as shit. It is what it is. But I really think it is. You'll see. We get to actually see what Tyler Shuck has. You know, against a true SEC or ACC opponent. And then on Georgia Tech side, they've played Florida State. They played Syracuse. Syracuse always plays really well early in the year.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the majority of their games are in Syracuse for some reason. Early.
It always feels like that.
It always feels like they're always in the dome, and Syracuse is always tough early. They always fall off late, but you've seen flashes. Excuse me, I spit everywhere. That was disgusting. You've seen flashes of great, not greatness, but good football from Georgia Tech, and that high-powered offense and that offensive line is, listen, that'll get a man going.
That's right. That's a tri-state men's health offensive line.
That offensive line is hefty and great. So we'll be able to see what Ashton Gelati does against a good offensive line.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see what that defense does. I know that's kind of been that one point of emphasis for Brom in the offseason was that defensive line and kind of getting everything tied up. I hope they go out and play well. I really do. But if you look at the schedule last year, they really played a lot of these, I don't call them mediocre, but these toss-up games really, really weird. Like everything was really close.
They won all those 50-50 games except for like two of them.
But they were always close games.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be closer than the
10-point spread.
Okay, I was just
I got the spread this week, brother. I got the spread.
But I think it's close early. But I really think Louisville pulls this one out, and I don't know. I think they hit the 10.
You think they hit the 10?
Man, I really do. I think Brom's going to have them dialed in for this one. They've had 4 weeks to get ready for this game. Let's be honest.
That's a great point.
So if you're not ready for it by now, then you ain't going to get ready.
Okay, Max, Justin touched on that offensive line and how good they are. Do you think that Louisville has the defensive front seven to contend with that? Like you said, it's an SEC caliber looking offensive line for the Yellow Jackets. And again, Louisville has something to prove here. Do they go out there and prove their point and say, yeah, we belong in the top 25, but not only do we belong in the top 25, we deserve to be bumped up in this top 25.
You look at this Georgia Tech offensive line, the first thing you think is the run game, and that's one thing that they've been able to establish very well, but extremely deceptively has been their passing game. It's very deceptive. King currently has 962 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay.
Rutherford, who's their leading
Mike Rutherford?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
You just had to.
That was a
layup. That was a layup.
Rough dick. Sorry, that's for his nickname. I apologize.
Was that you? Did you do that?
What?
Were you the rough dick guy?
No, that was not me.
Man,
I promise it's not me.
Max
I thought of
hates
you was about
right
to go
now.
from here. It's up there.
Yeah.
But to here, if you were the guy who established.
That wasn't me. I did not establish
dick.
rough dick.
Okay.
Sorry, Max. Continue.
Rutherford has 285 receiving yards. So
love you, Max.
one thing that it's so easy for Louisville fans, and then also from a scouting perspective, is to think, okay, we need to come up with schemes that are going to be able to confuse this offensive line with just late add-on blitzes to stop the run game and be able to stack the box. But once you do that, the one thing that Georgia Tech deceptively does well is their passing game. And they can absolutely throttle you if they catch you in a blitz pickup. And that's the one thing this offensive line has done very well is on their blitz pickup, especially not having to sacrifice a running back into their pass protection.
Okay.
They're able to go a lot of 5-man protections, which is extremely risky, especially for a 5-man drop, to be able to only have 5 guys and not keep the running back in. It's pretty impressive, honestly.
That's
very impressive.
That's a luxury that a lot of teams don't have.
No.
Even in the NFL, if you watch, there's running backs chipping every play.
Exactly.
Yeah. Every play. I did see one of the best chips. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw that.
You already know BJ, the running back for the Falcons.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When that happened, I thought of you, and it was weird, but I did. I was like, I bet you Max is juiced up right now.
Anthony says, not going to lie, this game makes me nervous. Bijan Robinson.
That's who it is.
So, everything on paper says that Louisville should win this game. It's simply what's Louisville's mentality going into the game. Because, again, you can't play tight either on a game like this.
Right.
You need to be able to go out there and just play your game. But the one thing about an offensive line like this is if you allow them to bully you, then they can dictate the game. And that's the one thing that Louisville's front 7 defensively has to be able to do, is be able to cause mayhem to get this offensive line disgruntled, but then be able to stop this offensive line to gain momentum, because if they gain momentum At that point, they're going to be able to set up, like Justin was saying. All of a sudden, they're able to set up play action. At that point, they're going to be able to set up RPOs a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, a deep ball threat.
And then you look up and you're like, I don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jacob Smith says, please ban at Callaway Mills in this chat. We stand for the flag and kneel for the sheriff. All right, Sofro is our resident Louisville fan. And by the way, the one before that says, are you afraid that Diddy's going to rat you out? No, I had no freak off.
Could you imagine? Oh my God. Could you imagine Streble with a freak off?
No, I can't imagine myself being a freak off. I don't have the stamina.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't have the
Simultaneously, he says, not Diddy comes out. It just says, not only was he at my mansion, I've got the Epstein logs.
Oh, the first name is
Streble
James
was at
Streble.
Epstein Island 32 times.
I need
More
17
than Bill
IBs.
Clinton.
No one can go more than Bill Clinton went.
Everyone's like, the middle school teacher?
That guy? Someone says, just a heads up, we Cards fans have mobilized the Calgorithm Army after BBN tonight for the latest attack on our Brom. Y'all have been warned. I'm not worried about that, Danny Grace. You get your U of L Calgorithm out of here. All right, let's talk to the resident Louisville fan.
Voting for Harris tonight.
Cardgorithm.
Real quick,
the Cardgorithm.
I do feel like how many bottles of baby oil would it take to lube you up?
Me?
Like your entire body. Like
My body?
Because I feel like you look like a giant Danny DeVito. you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not as bald as James
not bald. Just like,
I mean, like,
Yeah.
over under.
The rub ham.
I'm setting the over under at 4.5.
Well, yeah, I think that's a
Can
pretty
we-
good number.
can we-
I'll go
Can
over.
we change the bet and like instead of an atomic wedgie, it's atomic wedgie, not just a normal wedgie?
No, don't
it's,
Reggie.
it's hefty. Like
Hefty.
there's
Okay.
like there's.
I'm
I'm gonna
at
make
your
sure I hit the
mercy.
gym before I go.
Okay.
He's bringing a lifting belt for it.
I'm lifting Streble off the,
The lifting,
ground.
dude, that lifting belt. I used to wear one of them.
I can't do
lifting
that.
belts.
My gut hangs over it.
Yeah, I know. So Fro,
Can we instead baby oil you up though? Is what I'm saying. If you lose,
I
that?
can't do
I
that.
am not
I
touching
can't-
Streble.
Yeah,
I'll touch him, it's
Yeah,
fine. I'll
I'm
do
very
it.
hairy. No one wants to touch.
I mean,
I'll
I
get
mean,
Zach.
him
Zach
too.
and I will do
Yeah,
it. It's
no,
fine.
no.
You see,
I don't want Zach
see
saying
Streble,
on
see
me.
Streble in a banana hammock, oiling him up.
Nobody.
Where's the rub ham?
We'll
Where's
lose.
the rub ham?
Definitely get on Barstool for that one.
Yes, we will. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
you
you know
would.
what? That's not a bad idea.
Look, listen to it.
I'm not doing
You're going to get a call from Blank and Diener tonight and be like, you're taking that bet.
Gotta pay
love
the
it.
troll toll.
No, I'm just
Yes,
saying
roll that boy.
get this boy.
Hey, man.
It's boys. It's boys' soul. That's what I said.
That's it, the boys'
That's what I said.
soul.
Boys' soul. So, Fro, as the resident Louisville fan, what is your nervousness level on this game? Are you sweating it at all, or do you feel confidence? Do you trust your Brom?
Okay, I'm not going to go as far as trust your Brom. It's funny, that sound from Diener a little bit earlier, I didn't hear what Brom said about UK. So all I heard was Diener responding and saying, that's great that he cares that much about them or something like that. That's all he thinks about. I'm like, I would rather stop hearing about him thinking about it and just go beat their ass. I would just like him to win a game.
Yeah.
Just win the game.
That's
just one
fair.
time. Last year, you should have won the game. Don't fuck it up in the second half. Personally, I feel better about this team than I did last year's team early on. So,
Okay.
Because I had no faith in Jack Plummer. I always felt like Jack Plummer was going to somehow try to
You
give
were
the
right.
game away.
Right.
Yeah.
But he won those games.
He won the
Well,
50 games.
He technically won those games.
Technically.
He technically won. But I have a lot more faith in Tyler Shuck, I feel like, as a quarterback. As long as they don't try to run him, and it doesn't seem like they're going to let him move at all. Just stand there and throw the ball.
Right.
They don't need you running at all. Like, if you can't avoid it, just
Stoops would hate him.
don't do it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. But that's what I want.
That's the opposite of Stoops.
I feel confident in Tyler Shuck as a quarterback. Thing that worries me too, though, is the defense. I talked about it last season. I have that second quarter against Jacksonville State. Diener and Blank, they didn't want to listen to me. Truck stick, it happened. I said it last week. I said it.
Yeah.
They said that it didn't happen. It did happen. Three defenders got truck sticked by the quarterback for Jacksonville State. So I am worried about that a little bit to see how they can control the run game a little bit. I feel good about the safety. I feel good about the secondary overall. I feel like the secondary will be all right.
Okay.
I do worry about their defense against the run game, which again would work out for UK in the end as well. I want to see how they perform. At the same time, though, I actually do feel pretty good about this Louisville team.
Okay.
I understand why people say, and you kind of have to have that conversation, you got to have that thought of like, you don't really know who they are. But I've seen so many years before, and I go back to like where I talked about Kentucky before, where they played these like really close games against not good teams.
Yeah.
Or, at least it was a little bit closer for a portion than it should be. I haven't seen that. And I don't know if it's also, we've seen that in basketball too, where the disparity in the talent from not Division I teams, Power 5 teams now is so far, it's so distant. Because I remember when I was like middle school, maybe even early high school, it was like you win a game by 20, that's a blowout.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
yeah.
it's not. Now it's like, that's fine.
Right.
You should win a game by 40.
Right.
And I'm talking about basketball or football.
Expectations have shifted. You're right. Yeah.
So I'm not as excited as I would say, but I still think that they win, and I think they cover too.
Okay.
I think there is something to Diener's mentioned it. I think there is something to Vegas is trying to tease people into taking Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
and
I can agree with that.
I think they will cover though in the second half.
That's a
Now,
good point.
Brahma's never really had a good defense, right? I mean, even
No.
at Purdue, his defenses were, I don't want to call them lackluster. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But they weren't, I feel like his coaching style is the exact opposite of Mark Stoops.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree with
You
that.
calling
Calling him
hot-
the Stoops of the ACC?
How dare you?
Oh my
dare
goodness,
you?
the hate mail's gonna be coming in.
Yeah, my email is jstreble at ESPN. But I really like that's the one thing. Like he can put up the numbers, and you saw it in the conference championship game last year. I mean, he couldn't put up numbers, but the defense was okay. So like I'm kind of, if he could have a defense, it's literally the exact opposite of us. If he could have a defense that keeps up with his offensive style, he would be great. And I still think he could be really good, almost great. Just like if we could have an offense that would, I mean, just a quarter of the ass of an offense to keep up with our defense, we would be okay. So
We just had a
interested to
bad
see.
offense.
I mean, we always have that's the thing. Like I don't think I know last year they don't have bad defenses.
Right.
They have good offenses with okay
defense.
defense.
A serviceable defense.
We have a great defense with a shit. Sometimes maybe no. There's no good. It's always shit. Offense, and I feel like that's kind of the.
You know who
the
wasn't? Eddie Gran.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's a great point.
That's true.
Eddie Gran. Well,
Never thought I'd turn to an Eddie Gran apologist.
but I think
we
we're all
should.
that
I
close.
think we
4
are,
years
yeah.
later, though.
This
I
is
know
an
it.
Eddie Gran show. This is an Eddie Gran show
Eddie,
here.
Eddie, come on and
Come
holler
on
at
home,
us.
Eddie.
Come on,
Eddie,
Eddie.
come
Come
on.
on. I got
He's
some Miller
already on
Lite for you
staff.
right
He
here,
is on.
baby.
I mean, home is the OC.
Well, yeah, that's
I know
a
he's on
different story.
staff, but I want him
different story.
call a
Of
game,
all the
Eddie.
people, that's working NIL, he's the last person.
Oh, that's a whole nother kit and caboodle there. That's a musty term. Kit and caboodle.
How old are you?
I'm 42. I might as well be 62.
Going off of what you said though, like there is a big part of me that like I kind of look at Braum, and I use this term loosely because there is no school, but he comes from the Bobby Petrino school,
Right.
Yeah,
He
sure.
comes
I
with
can
that
understand
coaching
that. That's fair.
tree, right?
I can understand
so
that,
that's kind of been Bobby's thing.
Yeah.
Like defense hasn't always been great. He's had some really solid defenses
Right.
at moments. 06, do enough to win.
Right.
And that's what I kind of think Jeff Braum has had, especially with Ron English. And I've talked,
I
many
know.
times.
Oh, you talked
I
ad
know,
nauseum
yeah.
about
Yeah.
Ron, but that's fair. It's fair though,
is fair.
Justin. It's fair.
But it's kind of what I expect though. You kind of expect Jeff Braum's going to do enough to outscore his opponents.
Right.
I would like to see enough where I'm not
And
pissing
may- and
myself
may-
at the end of games.
And maybe we see that this weekend. You'll never
Well,
know.
to me, this game comes down to Georgia Tech's defense. That's to me the X factor.
Yes.
If Brent Key's defense can do anything to slow down Tyler Shuck in that offense, I think Georgia Tech has a great chance to win. I just don't trust Georgia Tech's defense. I don't care how much they want to say, oh, yeah, we fixed this and we fixed that and we're going to be ready to go. I don't trust it. The defense is terrible.
How much did they allow Syracuse to score? 40?
No, it was it was 31-28.
31,
But but to your point, Max, I'm gonna look it up right here. McCord, the quarterback for Syracuse, threw for an obscene amount of yardage. Obscene amount. It's like 450 yards.
So Shuck a ball for 600.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if Tyler
McCord's a
Shuck,
baller though. McCord, like I mean, I think he's as good that he should still be at Ohio State. I think he's
well, that's a great.
good.
I forgot that was
Yeah.
that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I just had an epiphany. I
No,
forgot
he's
that was
good.
up.
No, he's very good. So in that game, I'm going back. So McCord hung up 381 yards and 4 touchdowns on Georgia Tech's defense. So if you think that Tyler Shuck is as advertised, then he's. I don't know. That's the problem of playing Austin Peay and Jacksonville State.
And then having an off week.
And and again, I know that's not Louisville's fault because Indiana were cowards and they pulled out of the series.
That could have been a hell of a game too.
That would have been a great
They
game.
look solid. Yeah.
Indiana's going to go to a bowl game. I mean, I looked at their schedule the other day. They're going to go to a bowl game. That would have been a hell of a game.
Not like NC State. They ain't going to any bowl games.
I mean, are we surprised? Didn't we have that conversation? Didn't we have that conversation?
Then I
told y'all.
Then I went in 9 games this year. Patrick says it'll be a great game. Definitely not overlooking a tough Georgia Tech team 3-1. Streble is definitely I am not. That's a terrible. I'm not reading it. No, I'm not doing it. You can see it if you're on YouTube. I'm not reading that. I'm not debasing myself. Truthfully speaking, says if Kentucky loses, Round Father has to put baby oil on his body and say, "This is for you, Diddy." I know. I'm doing the wedgie. It's been established the wedgie's being done.
Can you do the wedgie and say this is for you, Diddy?
Can you
I'm
do
not
that
doing
a good
anything for
compromise?
Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy. Take that.
Can you do the wedgie doused in baby oil?
I don't want any baby oil. I'm not a baby. I'm a man.
Wouldn't that make it easier though? The baby oil, like
That's a great point.
But then it can slide.
Yeah,
slide.
But then
it can slide further.
Streble singing "I Lube It When You Call Me Big Papa" instead of my life. That's funny. That's good. But all right, anyway. I think Louisville wins. I do think it's a fight. Now, saying that, Louisville could go out there and put numbers on Georgia Tech. I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility, but I think this being Louisville's first tough game of the season, I think they don't struggle, but they start slow. But I think the Cards do win. I think they do score on their first possession, though. That's a Brahms specialty. They always score on their first possession. Yeah. Zoom out or scroll up when Justin is sitting. This show doesn't need a fourth host.
I told you. What did I tell you?
He did.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you.
You need to sit more ladylike.
I don't
Justin.
know how to. My legs don't do that.
Work on your hip
don't
flexion.
do what yours do.
Just work on your hip flexion.
Stretching.
It's called stretching.
We talked about my hip flexibility. It's bad.
I know. Just work on it.
I don't want to.
I love this. All right.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Are we all picking Louisville to win?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a yes. Jeffrey's, you're a yes.
Yeah, but you're just doing it so that way you can crush them even harder next week.
No, I'm not. I think they win. I do. I look, again, I don't trust Georgia Tech's defense. I trust Louisville's defense enough.
Do you trust your Brahm?
I'll never say that. You will never catch me saying that ever. But so you think Louisville wins? All right.
Catch you say what? Saying what?
I trust it rhymes with bomb. I'm not saying it. All right, next game we have Illinois versus Nebraska. Now, no one would have thought this would be a top 25 game, but here we are. We have a top 25 matchup between Illinois, the Fighting Illini, and Nebraska, the Cornhuskers. These are two teams that have been here recently bottom feeders in whatever conference that they're in. They're both in the Big Ten now. Nebraska's been terrible for years. Scott Frost was not able to resurrect Nebraska football the way that Nebraska fans had hoped that he would. And look, Illinois always sucks. I mean, they always suck. Lovie Smith tried it. He wasn't good at it. Brent Bielema's still there, right? I mean, he hasn't been fired yet. Okay, so Brent Bielema is still there. Shout out to his wife. He's easy on the eyes, Jeff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
You need to look that up.
Maybe I do.
All right. Well, I just gave you some homework. get back to me
a
tonight
terrible
when I'm
student.
on the big deck.
The big what?
The big deck.
Okay, thank you.
I had to emphasize. But look, I think this is actually an interesting game because both of these teams are trying to announce themselves as prominent contenders in the Big Ten. It's Ohio State and everybody else right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it is, until Ryan Day does Ryan Day things and bleeps it up, and then we're making fun of him again. But I don't know. I kind of like what Matt Rule's doing in Nebraska. I'm not calling this a full Nebraska resurrection. Max, you and I talked about that. We both said the same thing. Nebraska's not back. But I feel good about the Huskers winning this game against Illinois. It's at home for Nebraska. Their fans are very loyal, even though they've sucked forever. They still set up that big-ass stadium every single season. Max, I like the Huskers here.
I like the Huskers as well. I think offensively, it's a very potent offense. It's a very aggressive offense. And I think what you need, especially now, they've built momentum. And it's crazy what happens once you start building momentum in a season.
I agree.
And this is one that could really change the trajectory of Matt Rule's time at Nebraska and what that's actually going to become. I think from a talent standpoint, even though Brett Bielema has really coached up this team well, he's really built a very firm foundation for Illinois. I still don't think it's able to keep up with the horses at Nebraska.
Justin, I mean, they've won. They beat UTEP 40-7. They beat Colorado 28-10. They beat Northern Iowa 34-3. So what Max is saying about their offense definitely does seem to be taking shape. And Matt Rule, look, I'll give him credit. He stunk in the NFL, but he resurrected a Baylor team that was like our Bryles in hell. Mm-hmm. Like it was terrible. Now Illinois, they beat Eastern Illinois 45-0. Kansas, who was ranked at the time, they're number 19 in the country. They beat them 23-13. They beat Central Michigan 39. So both teams have a decent win under their belt. They beat their two cupcakes. They beat a Power 4 team. Illinois is nothing to sneeze at right now. But I'm like Max. I'm thinking Nebraska wins this game. What about you? Especially at home.
Listen, I love Nebraska right now. I
I kind of like him too. I hate to say that, but I kind of like him.
I like Patrick Mahomes Jr. The quarterback.
Oh yeah.
He looks dead up like
he does look a lot like Pat Mahomes.
He's Pat Mahomes' doppelganger. And I think he's playing it up to
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He dresses like him and acts like him.
There's worse.
It's a shtick.
Now Jeff's got me all self-conscious about my balls hanging out. God,
they're covered.
But anyway,
spread eagle, baby. You're good.
You don't want those problems. But I do, and I think Matt Rule's kind of brought them from the bottom, and they're slowly making that climb. That win last week against Colorado was impressive.
It was
very, very impressive. It was never close.
They clowned them.
They did, and I love the movie Yes Man. When
Jim Carrey,
Jim Carrey, and he goes to the Nebraska game, and he wears the Cornhusker hat.
Oh
yeah, that's a deep pull right there.
That is a deep pull right there. A little yes man, yeah.
Big fan. One of my best friends, he was in my wedding. He's a Illinois alum. Nebraska all day long. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here?
So
Nebraska's going to take it.
All right, Nebraska. All right, Sofro, what about you? What do you think?
Man, I'm over here setting up a joke. Anyway, so I got caught off guard again. Anyway, no, I'm with them. My guy, Jeff, over here says Illinois is not the same team on the road. Children of the Corn with the cover, and I kind of agree.
Children of the Corn, I like that.
I don't know if I'm going to say the cover, but I'm going to
Good job, Frederick.
I'm picking Nebraska.
Okay.
I like Matt Rule. I like what he's done there.
Huskers all the way. Go Big Red.
I'm a farmer, and I like corn.
You are a farmer, and you're an expert in corn.
Yeah, I mean, you could call me that.
How much corn do you watch?
Yeah.
Corn?
Corn.
Do I watch?
Yeah, you watch a lot of corn?
I don't watch any corn.
Do you plant corn?
I do plant corn.
They plant corn.
Yeah, I don't watch it, but I plant
What's the best strain? What's the best corn strain?
It's not marijuana.
Well, I don't know. It's a plant. Marijuana's a plant. They have strains.
They do. Pioneer, Decab, Stewart.
Speaking of corn.
I mean, look at this. Look at this.
The corn cob.
Look at this. Look at this right here.
Work on hip flexion,
Look at that. Look at that.
That's Justin's corn cob.
Justin, is there a way that you could just censor it?
Yeah, can you like
Just put a
pixelate
censor
it?
bar just
like
right
pixelate it, yeah.
Give me a workout.
Oh, come on.
Mrs. Jeffries shucks the corn. I'm sorry.
You're not.
I'm sorry.
You're not sorry at all.
All I did was blur it up.
Yeah, it's a blur. It's not, oh, you
Like a
sensor
pixelated,
bar?
yeah. If you could
Give me a
like
minute.
isolate it and pixelate it.
Give me a
Look
minute.
at my hamstrings, though.
Yeah, no, those are nice.
I did like that.
So Justin, so everyone likes the Huskers.
What were we talking about?
Everyone likes the Huskers.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about your favorite corn strain. That's what I was saying.
Pioneer. Pioneer is a good corn.
Are you saying
decaf.
strain or
Strain.
spraying?
Strain.
I thought you were saying spraying. It's like, what do you like to spray on your corn? I was like,
Well, atrazine.
like your favorite
yeah,
glyphosate? Like
atrazine, Roundup.
Like phosphate.
Yeah.
Like Max pulled out the big
A little
words.
degree, a little atrazine, maybe some sharpen.
None of that's going to give you cancer, right?
I mean, no.
Okay, good. I just want to make
That's-
sure.
that's fake
You don't
news.
use it's fake news. You don't use Roundup.
Streble's asking if your corn's organic or not.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
That's fake. It costs way more money to grow organic stuff, and then you don't get the premium for it. Get out of here with all the bullshit. No, stop it. GMOs all day long.
Can we
I'm
do
gonna-
a separate ESPN Louisville Plus of me and Justin
Just
debating
talking
organic?
I would love that. I would
talking
love
at-
that. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's the closest I got.
Is that better?
Wait. Give me a sec.
Hey, it's the top of a
What is
dandelion.
going on right
I
now?
feel if you
Kind of transparent. Kind of.
it looks like one of those dandelion flowers.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeffrey.
If I
little perspective.
If I-
Let's see. It's this transition. I don't know what
if
it
I
does.
blow
to
on
you.
it, will just fade away.
You want to blow on it?
Oh,
What will it do if it transitions you? Let's see.
I only blow on a trumpet. All right, USC versus Michigan.
what do you blow on?
There he is.
There's Trump has made it to the show. All right, so the next one the next game we have. Look, Michigan looks like doo doo. They look like straight doo doo. And going from national championship, Jim, I was right. Jim, I was right.
Jim.
There's two Harbaughs. Jim Harbaugh is with the Chargers. He's killing it right now. All those guys are in the NFL. You have a game where Lincoln Riley. There's nothing I love more than what's going on with Jeffrey Shorts right now. It's the greatest thing I've ever
You know
been
what the
a
bad
part
part
of.
about it is? I called this before we even started the show.
You're like, I shouldn't have worn these shorts.
He gave me the idea. I didn't even have the idea in my head until that.
Schnurl.
G-off. Thanks, G-off. But Michigan just isn't the same team whatsoever. Lincoln Riley has what looks like a damn good defense. Get that out of here. Diddy watching the show and burning all his calls from prison watching Justin. That's a good
Star.
It's a good
He
comment.
is.
Yeah.
He's going to be that top contributor.
But it looks. I mean, they've got Miller Moss as their dude. He's been fantastic this season. He's a top end quarterback. The defense is much better than we all thought it was going to be. I think USC goes in there and they truck them in the big house. I think Michigan's a mess. They beat Fresno State 30-10, but that was a close game. Texas just blew the doors off the big house. Arkansas State was a win, but it was 28-18. They're letting teams score all over them. I think Lincoln Riley has a team that will contend. They'll be in the college football playoff, and I think they'll contend to be in that Final Four. What do you think, Max?
All right, I got something special for Michigan here.
Okay.
So, for this game, I feel like we need an extra analysis. With Michigan now,
Let's go.
you originally had Milky Jim there drinking milk. I didn't call him that. But there's others in college football that was calling that Milky Steely Jim. And
Milky Jim.
honestly, I mean, you would think they'd have more dogs there because all the dogs are leaving Ohio to Michigan because the people of Springfield's eating the dogs. But there's no dogs in Michigan. I asked them. I went to Ann Arbor and I asked them where are all the dogs. They said there's no dogs here. They don't have that dog in them. They don't. I think Sneaky Lincoln sneaking around saw old Starkey boy putting 40 up on old Michigan. No hail to the victor. No hails. No hails for that victor.
I
think Lincoln Riley goes in there.
He's rolling.
Lincoln Riley goes in there, and I think he hangs 50, 70 points. I truly think he does.
I just like
That is
sneaky,
absolutely fantastic.
sneaky Lincoln.
I didn't call him that.
I asked him, where are the dogs? We don't have any dogs in them. That was great. That was great.
A plus. Work good.
Hey, Max Godby. Hey,
I'll cheers to that one.
Cheers to that one.
Thank
Cheers
you.
to that one. Very good. So Max Godby's picking the Trojans.
Listen, I ain't got nothing for you after that.
Sorry.
You can ask Joe. You can ask
No,
Joe.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have that dog.
What?
What?
Huh? Hey, Jack. Hey, Jack. This is Michigan. They're going to lose. All right. Sorry. That's as good as I can do with the Joe Biden impression. He whispers and he shouts.
That was C plus effort.
You know, Michigan. I remember my dad talking about Michigan. I go, Joey, I lost my job, and I think about Michigan, and Justin Jeffries smells funny. And, or you could get an RFK Jr. to talk about the efficacies of the study that they do at Michigan. It's just not quite good enough yet.
Dating Grace, I don't know what Max just said, and frankly, I don't think he knows what he said either. So Jeffries, I'm not going to ask you to try to top that because
USC wins.
All right, USC wins. All right, there we go. Sofro. Sorry.
We're all done. We're done.
We're done here. Yeah.
That was
stellar.
That's A plus work.
I don't believe in Michigan. I don't believe. Why am I forgetting his name? The head coach who played
Sharon Moore.
Sharon Moore.
Offensive lineman. Offensive lineman.
No, Pat Moore. I don't believe in Pat. And that's a joke for Louisville fans because they always pick Pat Moore to be Charlie Strong and or Sharon Moore. Anyway, that's a little race humor for you. On a Friday.
We love that here.
Is it the weekend or is it
Kendrick
Lamar?
Lamar?
Which one? I don't
see.
know.
Stop it.
Speaking of which, my favorite thing, I love when he does that. My least favorite thing is when somebody comes in and tries to follow up Max with another Trump.
Oh, you can't do it.
You can't do it.
It's impossible.
Well, you know who tries to do it a lot.
Well, yeah,
he always does it. I'm like, shut up. Let him do it.
It's two different styles of Trump. There's some people because there really is two distinct ones. Like it's him in conversation versus him at a rally.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm better at is on the rally. I wish I could do just regular talking Trump.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because you go to the rallies.
Exactly.
You know those.
You've seen it in person
better.
so many times.
This mustache just screams MAGA. See, it's an ambiguous stash. It's either that dude's definitely got a MAGA hat or he's definitely got a white dude's for Harris shirt.
It's one or the other.
You can't tell which one.
It's a Tim Walz mustache.
I'm also picking.
Oh my God.
All right, we that went on. I mean, as much as this show's been off the rails, that was the
oftest
that
of the
took
rails.
the prize. All right, this game. I mean, Tennessee versus Oklahoma.
I can't wait for this.
Brent Venables, my man, was in 98-degree weather today, running stairs. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's some pictures of him out there, like getting ready for the game. He had I'll say it. He has no shot. Heupel's going to go in there and bust his buns. I mean, he's bad at Oklahoma anyway because they fired him, which was stupid. Speaking of stupid, that Tennessee offense is stupid good. I hate to say it, but they're right now. They look like the best show on turf. It reminds me of those old St. Louis Rams, Kurt Warner teams. They just burned everybody up there.
Say the quarterback's name.
Kurt Warner?
No.
Oh hell no! I can't. I'm not gonna degrade that young man by saying his name.
I hope I was gonna give you.
No, I can't. He's a good quarterback. He doesn't need my fat ass saying his name on YouTube.
He's a bad man.
He's
though.
a bad dude, man. He's a bad dude. But I think Tennessee goes in there and just as Justin said, truck sticks them.
Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed watching Tennessee. I mean,
I hate to say that, but they're fun.
I say that I've only really watched them against NC State, but they look really, really good against NC State. Heupel's just offensive genius. He's an offensive genius. I think they go in there and I'm not even gonna ask you what the spread is. Whatever it is, they beat it. I don't know. Don't look. No. Whatever it is, they're going to beat it. And I think they beat the shit out of them. I can't wait to watch it. Now, Norman can get kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, those Oklahomans, I don't know if Oklahomans, they can get pretty rowdy, but no, I think Tennessee goes in there and handles business.
All right, Max, do you feel the same way about this?
At least I got a good hamstring.
Exactly. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Bobby.
My boy Bobby, I used to think he'd grow up and be a little bit of a twig boy. But what he's been able to do when he's at Tennessee, even though he does wear the wrong orange, I've really been impressed with him. I can almost say I love that boy. And I tell you, I never am going to cheer for Oklahoma. So I'm cheering for the Fighting Bobby Heels.
Listen, y'all don't need me here. Max,
we do need you
Max
here.
Is 17 people. Max is 17 people.
He is.
Who's sitting at the chair right now?
I don't.
May we talk to him?
Max is
Good
James
call.
McAvoy over here.
You're right.
He's gonna be chasing us from the ceiling.
Y'all, all of a sudden, we'll see him up there, his head twists around.
Is George W. Bush in the room with us?
God, I hope not. That war criminal. All right. Sorry.
No,
I have a George W. Bush bobblehead out in my car.
Do you really?
Bringing it in, yeah.
You should bring it in.
See, I can't really use it in my work. It's a lot of lips. A lot of lips.
I hope they're not watching this.
Full of lips.
They do watch. They do watch. It's
They do
okay.
watch?
Yeah.
where's
Is there a councilman watching us right now?
Probably shout out either Councilman Blackwell. Shout out him.
Rick Blackwell. I know him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
There's a few people that watch. I'm gonna probably keep the names. Maybe I'll just leave his name and that's it.
Okay.
But shout out to them. And
Shout
for their
out, Rick.
support.
Hey,
Yeah.
where's Mark Pope? I don't mean to
Oh,
put
he's right behind me.
Big Boy's covering him up.
Oh, I love him. I love Mark Pope.
Kevin-
Nobody
He's
can
standing
see
in
that.
front to
disavowed
defend him.
Nobody can see
I've never
that.
said a bad word about Mark Pope in my life. I was excited about him the minute he was hired. I'll kiss him right now. He's doing a
In
great
his
job.
mouth?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He won't do it 'cause
Don't
he's a
go
Mormon.
back and look for stuff because you won't find anything.
Yeah,
Don't fact check this.
Don't fact check it. Don't look in the Dropbox of the
Don't look at
mixtape.
Twitter.
Don't look at Twitter. Nothing. Don't look at any
They're all
of it.
deleted anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't delete tweets. That dude on the right was definitely in the rotunda on January 6th. That's you, Max.
Oh, I was about to say
He wasn't. He wasn't.
It's too dark for that one. I was trying to. I was like,
Didn't see a lot of the coalition out there, did
Do
you?
you realize how funny
See,
it would be?
that's a racist remark right there.
listen, that's a factual remark.
But do you realize how funny it would be to see Justin Jeffries in the horns
the
and
horns, with the
everything,
horns.
running through?
the
I
QAnon
drive shaman.
I
the
drive.
White House, not the White
If
House,
Justin
Congress.
Jeffries was the QAnon shaman, I would have driven to DC and supported him.
That would have been fantastic.
I'll tell you that right now. I would have gone to jail and got stuck in a basement. Where they're all
you-
at
It would
right
have been
now.
the first time I would have saw him at the Capitol with wearing the QAnon shaman. I'd be like, "What? Now you can't just storm the Capitol with the boys down?"
You can't wear buffalo horns on your head. What is this? I thought this was America.
You see me and the QAnon shaman, and then Streble behind me going, "Yeah!" And then upside down pineapple shirt.
Look at my African American over there. Look at my African American friend, my supporter. He wears the horns, beautiful horns.
It's,
Some would say.
Steve says, "Let's hear Kamala."
Oh gosh, I've honestly been trying to work
Have
on a
you?
Kamala,
Oh.
but
It's tough.
Is it not?
It's
Is it?
rough because it's
The wife asked me to work on a Kamala. We do it. Some of the videos
right
bring a
in
little
there.
stale.
Work on the Kamala.
a lot of it is like leaning back and like it's almost like Pistol Pete pistols
Yeah,
when you're talking.
in the cackle.
Yeah, well, it's like Miller Lite. It's like, the one thing about Miller Lite is a beer, but most people drink beer for it to be refreshing. But not only is it refreshing, but it's also light. And when it's light, you can have more beer.
That's.
It's just kind of just going in a circle.
Listen.
That
like
was
I,
good.
I said 17. There's 18. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's gonna
18
go up.
people.
every
I
time.
took
Wait,
3 years.
hold up. Is that Atlanta Kamala, or is that her talking up north?
Oh, that's up north.
That's
definitely up north.
That's up
Can you
north.
do the
Kamala.
Atlanta one?
no.
Can you do freak?
no.
Hey, can you do Freaknik Kamala?
I do all of Robert Downey Jr. besides one movie.
I know which one that is.
Well, yeah. Tropic Thunder,
I know which
which
one
is it's a classic.
Oh,
All right,
Lightsy has entered the chat. Come on, Lightsy, I need you.
we need Lightsy. I'd love to have Lightsy on one of these. By the way, I think Jeff should.
I think
should
so,
be
too.
a
He'd be
part of
great.
this. He'd
I
be
think
fantastic.
these need to be like 3 hours.
He was
because I
supposed-
feel like what
when-
time is it?
7:30.
Oh, this is fantastic. Let's go till 12.
I wish I could. I got to be up early for baseball tomorrow.
I gotta be up early for.
We got
football.
There
soccer.
you go. Yes, yeah,
Look at-
baseball,
look at us.
soccer,
Look at us
volleyball.
dadding.
We're dadding out here. All right, last game of the week: Utah versus Oklahoma State. The Fighting Mike Gundies.
Yeah, I didn't want to pick. That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sofro. We got
pick.
off track.
I don't
I'm sorry.
need
I had
to- no, you know
Kamala
what, it's
in here.
fine.
I had Trump in
It's
here.
about you.
Biden was here.
I'm just
George
saying-
W. Bush was here.
I'm here to produce your show. It's about you, big boy. It's not about me.
Do you want to pick?
Sure. No,
Go ahead.
No,
I wanna hear it.
Now I'm just kind of upset. You know.
I want to know
You
what
should
it
be.
is.
Now-
You should be upset.
Thank you.
You're
No,
welcome.
it's fine. I agree with a lot of what you say. It's not going to be interesting. To me, I think Tennessee, to me, is one of the two most impressive teams in the nation.
Yeah.
them
Question.
and Texas, like either one. I know y'all don't love Tennessee, but
We don't like Tennessee.
I'd be okay with seeing either one of them win the national title at the end of the year.
Do you think that
Well, because as a Louisville fan, they're also my second team.
Oh,
Yeah,
Everybody
I
else
know
is
we've
doing
heard a
it.
lot of
You
that
have
on the
to, right?
airwaves.
Yeah, like you have to. That has to
Lightsey,
happen.
Maben, Rummage.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though. Since I've been like traveling more, whenever I go to Tennessee, I get it. I get it.
It's a beautiful
but
state.
I get it with all the SEC schools outside of Kentucky. I get it in Alabama. I get
Not
it. I get it.
Vanderbilt.
All the real, yeah,
Not Missouri.
The real SEC schools.
Yeah,
You know
real
what I mean?
SEC
The real
schools.
ones. I feel it. I get it.
So would you? I'll ask this, and we'll get to our last game. So Texas. So you'd put Tennessee above Ole Miss and Georgia right now.
From what I've seen.
Okay. I'm not saying you're
I've
wrong.
been more impressed. I'm also like I like the shiny, flashy lights. So the offense looks good. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a good team.
Yeah.
It is
They're
sexy.
great.
No,
Yeah.
it's a sexy offense. All right,
Hot
last
take. I got one hot take.
Yeah,
for you.
go ahead. Yeah, you say whatever you want.
I kind of like Rocky Top.
Oh
No.
shit.
Stop.
Do we sing it? Do we want to sing it?
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Why would you
Kinda
say
like-
that on air?
I'm sorry. I'm so
This is
sorry.
a
This is
streaming
one of those
for
things that you
hundreds
say
of
in
people.
private.
I know, and I'm so sorry.
I
I whistle it a lot.
you whistle it.
Yeah, it's very catchy. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Mark Hill. It's Mark Hill's fault because during Tennessee week, he played it constantly in the weight room.
Well, of course. They played it at practice
Yeah.
every day, constantly
and it got
also.
in my head, and now it's just lives rent free in my head. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And look,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One-
I just had to be forthcoming. I'm sorry.
my wife called in to a post-game show one time when Tennessee won, and she sang that to me. And then, you're a good whistler. And then,
I'm sorry, man.
don't hit. Save it for the wedgie.
Don't throw Kevin Ware.
Don't throw Kevin Ware.
It's also a hate crime.
Protect Kevin Ware.
I'm so sorry.
You have a Karan Davis bobblehead.
I'm so sorry. I know
Anyway.
it. I know it. I know. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, one time my daughter was downstairs cleaning her room, and she listens to music while she cleans her room, and she blares it. And I'm upstairs, and I'm with the baby. I'm with Reed, and we're hanging out, and all of a sudden I hear Rocky Top come on her Alexa, and she's just belting it out, like just top of her lungs, singing it. And I had a moment where I was like, okay, do I go downstairs? Do I reprimand my 10-year-old daughter?
Yes.
Or do I just let her go?
No.
And I'll just let her go because I didn't want to be.
You're a bad father.
I know. I'm not.
I'm
That is
sorry,
the-
guys.
I
I'm
will
sorry.
never give parental advice. Short of, you shouldn't beat your kids, and you should not allow your children to sing Rocky Top.
I
sorry.
agree with you. You're right. I was
sorry.
wrong in that moment. I was terribly wrong.
Listen, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you don't.
You started all
apologize
I did.
to Mark Stoops.
You single-handedly ruined this family, Justin.
Give me another chance. Give me another chance.
All right, last game. Utah at Oklahoma State. Like I said, the Fighting Mike Gundys. I picked Oklahoma State to win this game. I don't know why. It's just because I like Mike Gundy's hair. He's an a-hole. He's a jackass. He's a jerk. For some reason, he's endearing to me.
And he knows about compressors.
He knows about compressors. He knows about breathalyzers.
He does.
And one time he wore a Newsmax shirt on TV.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
That's
it was
fantastic.
OAN.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
Fantastic.
OAN. One American.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Hey,
Mike Gundy.
Fun fact about Mike Gundy. So the guy that he did the rant on,
Yeah.
what was it?
I'm 40. I'm a man. Yeah.
I played the guy he was talking about, the quarterback he was talking about. I played arena football with him in Tulsa.
Really?
I
No kidding.
did. Yeah.
Was
I
he
did.
good?
He was solid. I mean, we were
forgot you played-
playing
was he
arena
a man
football.
at
So listen, there's not a hard. Come on now.
I forgot you played the
Yeah.
Arena League too.
What was he a man at that point?
Yeah, I think so. He was really close. He was really close to being a man. But yeah, fun fact.
And I know Justin Jeffries is a man by these camera angles.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to
Tell
do.
you,
I don't know what to
cross
do.
your legs.
I'm trying. That's all I got.
Jeffries, who do you have?
Or buy larger pants.
Dude, my leg hurts so bad. I want to put my leg down so bad, but I can't. I want to put my leg down so bad, but I.
Here's the worst part:
I
is he
can't.
knows that he can make it not a groin shot, but he's choosing to make it a groin shot.
I'm trying so hard, and this is the bad knee too. This is the bad knee, and it hurts so bad.
I need to quit
and
vaping.
I warned you about this to begin with. That's the crazy part.
Who do you like in this game?
I like the Utes.
The
Go
Utes. The Utes.
They have a 34-year-old quarterback.
They do. Cam Rising.
Is he a
Right,
man?
He's 82. He's on AARP.
He is a man. I remember when Walter Cronkite was on the news.
Peter Jennings. Oh, that's a poll.
Peter Jennings. Max, what do you think, Max?
I think Utah wins this game.
Max can't wait to get the bleep out of here. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm
This,
so
this
tired of
show's
this.
gone so sideways.
Daddy Weg says, when we get closer to November 5th, will you all pick that winner?
You know how great it would be if we
It
It took me a
It's a
minute
great
to get
question.
there.
can we do like election show coverage? Like,
Oh
like
my
stay-
gosh.
Stay
Well,
here
we'll
after-
have
yeah.
Trump here.
yeah,
Yeah, Trump will be here. we'll have Donald Trump himself.
As long as it's fair.
like if you all could convince Ennis to stay. Like it would be, you know how great it would be, depending, especially if Trump gets elected, and
Ennis,
you have a live
Ennis.
Ennis cam.
Innocent
Is there anyone at ESPN? I don't want to out anyone, but is there anyone at ESPN that's full MAGA?
Oh, isn't
That
Rummage?
Rummage is not
Rummage,
apologetic about
I
it.
think Maben is.
Maybe
I think,
it is?
yeah.
Oh, he's conservative.
TJ Walker, the sports talker.
I don't know him.
Why do
He does the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Post.
Oh, they do a good job.
Yeah, they do a
By the
really
way,
good
great
job. Yeah, they
guys.
do a fantastic
I don't
job.
call in anymore.
I
but
think
they do a good job.
us moderating it would be fantastic.
That would be
Oh, it would.
hilarious.
That would.
and just
like-
instigate, just stab at each side.
Just
If we-
poke. Just
like
keep
if you have
poking.
Rummage and Dean are on one side, and then Ennis over here,
and
and then
Did you say Ints or Innis?
Ennis,
Both.
And
both.
it's
Oh.
both.
Ennis and Ennis, and then we
Yeah.
can just kind of commentate on the
Just
two
moderate,
sides.
yeah.
yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
You know
I'm
when you
all
said
for it.
"Give me a poke," I thought about that song. I feel a little coke coming through on you. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You don't know
oh,
that song?
that's what we
Should
could
I?
do for it. Also, it's
Oh,
like
yeah, that's a great dude. That's
We
a
could-
great '90s R&B banger. It's fantastic.
All right.
Justin knows.
this is gonna be. You could pull out that poke song and then
Yeah.
say whoever's had the most boosters, they get to talk first in the debate.
Whoever's had the most
Throw the
boosters.
cards at the table, boys.
Telling her, who's had the most shots? Fauci. Fauci lied. People died. All right. I'm kidding.
Are you though?
It's a joke.
Isn't there always a little truth in every joke?
They're always. Comedians are your modern day philosophers. I firmly believe that.
Operation Warp Speed was my idea, unless you don't like it.
Then it
was
wasn't.
Joe Biden's. I gave everything perfect to him. He went like a hell in a handbasket.
I told you. I predicted this. So you're picking the Utes. You're picking the Utes.
Yeah, I
So,
got
Fro,
the
who
Utes.
you picking, big guy?
I hate it because I'm going with Utah too. Every time I'm last, I pick what everybody else picks.
I'll be
It's
the only
Utah.
one. That's fine.
You went Oak State.
I'm the only one going to Oak State. I'm going to Oak State on it.
I've never played there, obviously, but that's a cool place to
It's
watch
a cool.
game.
Stillwater's awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
love.
a true college town, like true.
Yeah,
Like,
I love watching
I think they
games
go
there.
to practice on horses.
I want to see Mike Gundy on a horse.
College town.
Geoff Justin needs a sign that says my personality is up here. Yes, he does. All right. Well,
You guys are making me feel fantastic.
that was.
I appreciate it.
You're bringing the heat.
His pants will be tighter next time.
Next time he'll be in bike shorts.
Real quick,
Go
before
ahead,
you wrap
yeah.
this up, if you don't mind, I'm just going to do this thing real quick. Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to put this, I'm going to cut it, I'm going to put it on Twitter so people can watch it on Twitter because Twitter fucked me again. So we're going to put it on Twitter so you guys watch it on there. But come on over to the YouTube channel. If you're watching it on Twitter later, come over here, subscribe, hit the freaking like button, all that good stuff. But make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to bring a lot more stuff on there down the road. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of fun we have over here as well. If you haven't already, also tune in on Sundays at 9 p.m. I do an After Dark show.
Yes.
Different people join me. Usually my friend Dwight, who's a Kentucky fan. I like to have a little bit of a Louisville, Kentucky dynamic there. The day after the games, kind of just a quick release for guys to talk about what happened.
Tri-State Men's Health.
Yeah, and get over that before we hit the ground running on Mondays with all you guys shows that we have there. Do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that freaking bell, and Streble, I'll turn it over to you now. Sorry.
Oh, no. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Guys, thanks again. Another fun week. Everyone out there, enjoy the games. Tune into all of our programming. We have post-game shows tomorrow. Check out the boys at Kentucky Fish and Wildlife post-game show from TJ Walker, Brandon Vincent. That'll be about 4:45 after the Kentucky game. Then check out Mark Ennis on the Coors Light post-game show after the Louisville game. That'll be about 7:45 and such. Guys, thank you, Justin. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Justin. Everyone have a great weekend, and let's go Cats. How about that? Go Wildcats, not Bobcats. Go Wildcats.
Go Cards, L's up.
That was hilarious.